do we have the right books?
You look at the History Channel and it will tell you this. It'll say, well, you know, the Christians didn't have an agreed upon canon until 397 AD. They're referring to the councils of Carthage and the councils of Hippo. That is such a distortion. The early Christians had a functional canon as soon as those books were written. Proof. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 16, where it says, Peter says, you know, the Apostle Paul wrote some things that are difficult to understand. By the way, that should help us when we come to Romans and know that even Peter struggled with some things that Paul wrote. And he says, there are unstable people who twist these to their own destruction as they do other scriptures. So there were writings of the Apostle Paul who were immediately accepted by the church as canonical.
That's really important. You will hear an atheist or a skeptic say, oh, you know, Paul, he's not on the same level as Jesus. Yeah, when it comes to inspired scripture, he most certainly is. The red letters do not deserve more attention than the black letters. They are all inspired by God. And that is a verse that reminds us. They already recognized in the early church the guy who was complicit in murder is now inspired by God. Not everything he wrote was inspired, but the stuff that we've got in the Bible was inspired by Paul, by Peter, by James, by Jude, by John, and Matthew, and Mark, and Luke. And the Bible that we have right now is the one that was always agreed upon.